Channel 3 Eyewitness News traffic.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think these prompters might be off.
People over there. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Well,
Mic check, mic check.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News, live at 5.
Investigators are trying to piece together what happened in a deadly house fire.
Very dark, smoky.
Plus, a Hamilton County judge reduces the bond for the Woodmore bus crash driver. We'll explain what's next. Live at 5 starts now.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News, live at 5.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Glover in for David Carroll.
and I'm Cindy Sexton. Fire investigators were back on the scene today trying to determine what started the Lookout Valley house fire that killed a man.
That man's wife is now in a burn unit in serious condition. The couple's daughter was also hurt. Channel 3's Natalie Potts has this story.
Officials say it was an off-duty firefighter and 3 neighbors who saw smoke and flames and jumped into action.
I come out the back door and I noticed it was over here, so I jumped the fence and ran over here. And by the time I got here, there was 2 other guys out here too.
Cell phone video captures the moment neighbors answered the call for help on Judys Lane in Lookout Valley. The men, who didn't know each other, all worked together to break through this fence.
We seen her laying on the back porch, and there was a guy over there, I guess he was a volunteer fireman or off-duty fireman, was trying to get her and he couldn't get her, so we ran over and grabbed her and pulled her out.
Captain Steve Everett, who has more than 20 years of experience, was the off-duty firefighter to respond. He just happened to be in the neighborhood at the time.
And we run around the back and seen the daughter and realized there must have been somebody, so we went across the fence into the back of the house.
By that time, the house was engulfed in flames. Without any oxygen or safety equipment, Everett ran inside.
Very dark, smoky, a lot of heat.
He found a woman lying on the ground and pulled her to safety. Neighbors then helped carry her across the yard.
Oh, she was laying right there at the back door. I mean, the fire was coming out at the top of the door at the time, and just as we got her back, the flames just blew the wind out.
The woman's daughter made it out safely. Her husband did not. Witnesses say they saw him run back in through the front door, possibly looking for family.
We've done all we could do, you know. If we didn't know he'd run back in, we'd have, you know, maybe could have tried to get him out, but there's nothing we could have done.
Neighbors say the woman was alert, but badly hurt. She was airlifted to a burn center in Georgia for critical care.
She wasn't breathing right at the time, and she was blinking to let you know she couldn't talk. I just want to know she's all right, you know. So, I mean, I don't take no credit for it. I mean, I just want somebody to do it for me if it was happening to us.
Several neighbors we spoke with say their thoughts and prayers are with this family tonight. The cause of this fire is still under investigation. Reporting in Lookout Valley, Natalie Potts, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
We're told the young woman was treated for smoke inhalation and is expected to be okay. Her mother's condition has not been released, and authorities are waiting to notify family members before they release any identities. Stay with us online and on the air as we learn more. Another home caught fire just hours later, this also in Lookout Valley. A man jumped from a second-story window to escape the flames. He was taken to the hospital. This happened at the corner of Beach Street and Tulip Avenue. No word on what caused the fire.
A judge has agreed to reduce the bond set for Jonathan Walker while his case is pending in criminal court. Walker has been in solitary confinement since the November bus crash that killed 6 Woodmore students. He faces 34 counts in connection with the crash on Talley Road. The 25-year-old would be on supervised release. Judge Don Poole noted in the court documents that Walker was never in trouble before the crash, worked 2 jobs, and had strong family ties. His bond was lowered from $107,000 to $50,000. If released, he would not be allowed to drive a vehicle. He remains in jail at this hour. His next court appearance is October 3rd.
Right now, friends and family are honoring the life of Patrick Sherrock. He passed away at his home on Friday. This is a live look at Northwest Georgia Amphitheater. We followed Patrick for several years as he bravely battled brittle bone disease. He and his family were featured on an episode of Extreme Makeover Home Edition back in 2011. Patrick was active in raising funds and awareness for Whitfield County's Miracle League baseball field and for children with disabilities. For some, walking the halls of LFO will never be the same. Patrick was a student who taught everyone important lessons about life. He'll be laid to rest tomorrow. Out in the Atlantic, Hurricane Maria has been upgraded to a major Category 4 hurricane as she heads toward the Caribbean islands. Meteorologist Brittany Banks is in with Paul Barris tonight. She joins us live with more. Brittany.
Good evening, Greg. Yeah, we're talking about Jose, Maria, and Tropical Depression Lee. Now, Jose, still about 500 miles east-southeast of Nantucket, Massachusetts. Max winds are around 75 miles an hour. It looks like, as far as rain amounts from Jose, anywhere from 2 to 6 inches. That includes the Connecticut area. And as far as where the low is, it's going to be staying well east of the Delmarva Peninsula and from New Jersey. But Maria, that's what we're talking about here. Category 4 was upgraded just within the past 15 minutes, and the movement is to the west-northwest at 9 miles an hour with 130 mile-per-hour sustained winds. So right now the eye is about 70 miles east of the Dominica, and you can see these tiny islands here. That's Puerto Rico, Dominican, and Cuba. And by Wednesday and Thursday, the forecast track from the National Hurricane Center, it does have Maria kind of tracking towards these islands. 12 to 20 inches of rain is possible. And as far as the U.S., we could see some of the remnants of this by possibly next Tuesday and Wednesday. So a slow-moving system here. And then there was one, Tropical Depression Lee. This is not expected to make landfall anywhere. In fact, the National Hurricane Center over the past few days has shown this kind of dissipating by Wednesday and Thursday. So right now has 35-mile-per-hour sustained winds. We're going to kind of continue to keep you updated on the Atlantic. You can download the WRCB weather app, but we have some rain chances to tell you about this week heading into tomorrow even. I'll be back at 5:18 with your forecast.
Brittany, thank you. We'll see you then. Tonight, Bradley County Sheriff's deputies are looking into why a man was severely beaten at a home on Spring Place Road yesterday. His injuries were so significant he had to be taken to Erlanger for treatment. The man's wife, who did not want to be on camera, talked to us. She told us about what happened.
They were just pouring blood everywhere, and I didn't know what to do. I just started having panic attacks.
The woman believes the attackers were trying to rob the couple. The sheriff's office has not confirmed those details. They say they're still working on a timeline of events. On Eyewitness News at 6, more from the man's wife about the moments after the attack happened.
Hydrochloric acid is still leaking at the Vacher Chemi facility in Bradley County. Bradley County's EMA director tells us the leak is coming from pipes that were broken in the explosion more than a week ago. About 6 tons of chemicals are located in a part of the plant that was structurally unsafe. Vacher employees are working to move those chemicals to a holding tank. We are told there's not enough leaking to evacuate the facility.
Still ahead on Live at 5, before Zach Adams was ever arrested and charged with kidnapping and murdering Holly Bobo, authorities were convinced another man was responsible for the crime, Terry Britt. He took the stand today to testify.
New tonight, the man who the TBI says was the initial suspect in Holly Bobo's disappearance testified today. Terry Britt took the witness stand this morning in day 7 of the Zach Adams trial. Britt, a convicted sex offender, is currently serving time in prison for the kidnapping and attempted rape of another woman in 2008. Britt claims he's never met Holly Bobo. The defense, however, is trying to prove he's responsible for Bobo's kidnapping, rape, and murder. During testimony, Britt was questioned about statements he made when investigators showed up to question him.
Do you remember saying that Holly Bobo had a somewhat perfect body, like a toy, some would say?
No, I didn't say perfect body toy. I said she was from the picture they had on the wall at the glass at the stores. I said she looked good, and I said probably somebody, whoever got her, probably got her for a sex slave.
The trial continues tomorrow morning.
Also new tonight, police say a Tennessee woman is accused of trying to suffocate her infant son at a hospital. Nashville police say 23-year-old Jennifer Sander was charged after taking her 7-month-old son to Vanderbilt's Children's Hospital. Staff there told police they saw her cover the baby's mouth and nose, and that prevented him from breathing. Sander was charged with attempted criminal homicide and taken to jail.
The Massachusetts pharmacist connected to tainted drugs which caused a deadly meningitis outbreak will be headed to trial. Glenn Chin was supervisory pharmacist at the now closed New England Compounding Center. He faces up to life in prison if convicted of all counts of second-degree murder under federal racketeering law. Chin heads to trial tomorrow on charges in the 2012 fungal meningitis outbreak that killed 76 people, including 7 here in Tennessee. Still ahead, this is Child Passenger Safety Week, and researchers say it's a good time to make sure child seats are installed properly.
Next, we'll show you the top mistakes parents make when it comes to your child's safety.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News traffic sponsored by CHI Memorial's Chattanooga Heart Institute. TAVR is the first of its kind technology for heart valve replacement without major surgery. Now that's revolutionary. Visit ChattanoogaHeart.com.
Hope you're having a great Monday. Chattanooga police are working to get a couple accidents out of your way. One on Hickory Valley Road. This is going to be near I-75. Also watch out for one on South Holt's Claw near East 14th. And a view of traffic I-24 near Germantown Road. You can see teed out that tractor trailer pulling off there. They were broken down off on the side, and it was causing a bit of delays for drivers 24 eastbound. Actually, commute time if you're moving from downtown to that 75 split right now, it's about 12 to 14 minutes. From the US 101 Information Center, it's Mo with your Eyewitness News traffic.
Thank you, Mo. This is Child Passenger Safety Week. Important because experts tell us most car seats are not installed properly.
NBC's Erica Edwards takes us to the headquarters of a car seat manufacturer, and she speaks to a mother who says a car seat saved her young son's life.
And I know we're supposed to have it in between the two arrows, right?
Yes, Joe Mason is fulfilling one of his last duties as an expectant father, making sure the car seat for his soon-to-arrive daughter is installed properly.
I think I passed the test. It was good, so.
He's come to Britax headquarters in Fort Mill, South Carolina. They're experts in both manufacturing car seats, as well as ensuring that when the products leave the assembly line, moms and dads know how to use them correctly.
They are retracted, so you're good on that.
The lessons and support are critical. Parents make mistakes with 3 out of 4 car seats.
Whether it's inappropriate for the child's age, weight, height, it's used in the wrong direction, it's not installed properly.
We had to stop driving past the scene of the accident every day.
Jennifer Puckett sees the importance of a proper car seat fit in her son's sweet smile. 1 year ago, 5-year-old Miles was a passenger in this car when it flipped over in an accident.
I cannot believe that my child was in that car.
He was found hanging upside down, safe and secure in his car seat.
Without that car seat, there's just no way. I mean, he would have been out of that vehicle.
Miles walked away with just 1 small scratch. Proof proper installation can be a lifesaver. Erica Edwards, NBC News.
Hamilton County Sheriff Jim Hammond will talk about the importance of using child safety seats and demonstrate how to properly use them tomorrow. Then on September 23rd, there will be a seat check available for parents at the Babies R Us on Gun Barrel Road from noon to 3. Parents and anyone who has a child's seat, please stop by, have your seats checked for proper size and placement.
Cleanup continues for Florida residents. Today, crews are dealing with debris all over the Sunshine State.
In Marco Island, piles of debris line the roads. Some are blocked by downed trees, as are the entrances to some folks' homes there. Over the weekend, Florida Governor Rick Scott visited some of the hardest hit areas to send a message that Florida intends to restore the state. The governor said there's still a lot of work to do. He anticipates there will be a significant issue with housing as people try to return to some sense of normalcy. Crews say it may take 2 more weeks before all the power is restored in Florida.
Some Hamilton County 911 dispatchers are on their way to Florida to answer calls for help. A team of 6 Hamilton County dispatchers left Chattanooga early this morning, headed to Collier County, Florida. Dispatchers there have been working long, hard hours with an increased call load and no relief since Irma hit. Hamilton County dispatchers will cover shifts and make sure Florida first responders get to the right place. And it can be challenging when you're working in an unfamiliar city. That's where technology comes in.
Well, technology's come a long way with that. So with the computer systems we use and the mapping that goes with that, it makes it a whole lot easier. The training's somewhat standardized. Our people are well trained here, which I know the people that they're going to assist in Florida are as well. And actually the center that we're targeting right now is very similar to ours in size and operation, so I think they'll fit in very well.
This is the first team of Tennessee 911 dispatchers to deploy to Florida since Irma. The group will be in Naples for up to 2 weeks. Now let's check back in with Brittany Baggs. She has the rest of the forecast for us. Hey, Brittany.
Hi, Cindy. So as far as any remnants from Maria, we could be looking at that across Florida, across the Carolinas next week. So we'll be posting any more information that we do have regarding Maria, which is now a Category 4 hurricane. As far as here in the Tennessee Valley, we're just dealing with isolated rain chances here for the next really 5 days. It's very warm as you're stepping outside. It's 88 here in Chattanooga. That was our high temperature today. 83 from Cleveland right now. It's coming in at 86 out of Dalton. And our sky watchers have been reporting in this afternoon. 82 was reported in Lookout, 85 in East Ridge, 86 is what we made it up to in Riceville, 87 out of Athens, 80 only though in Fort Mount there, and Calhoun 87 degrees. As far as our temperatures this evening, we'll continue to have a mostly clear sky with winds from the east-northeast under 5 miles an hour. So a clear night ahead here. And you'll notice we're still going to see many folks in the 80s through 8 p.m. tonight. And then we'll drop into the 70s. And still at 1 o'clock we'll be at 70 degrees. So a warm, humid, muggy summer night here. And as far as any rain chances to tell you about, we do have a boundary, kind of a weak cold front to our west rather, that'll continue to push its way east as we head into Tuesday. But as far as our rain chances, it's pretty nil, especially for those east of I-75. So you can see we were dry today, no rain to tell you about, but tomorrow from noon until about 6 p.m. we will have to keep an eye on some showers. The better rain chance is for our counties that are in darker green there. That includes the Altamont area and also Mont Eagle area. That's for tomorrow afternoon, but I'm not seeing anything strong or organized or anything like that. Vipercast showing by noon that rain starting to come into the Altamont area, maybe some pockets of heavier rain towards Altamont, and you can see out of the scenic city we might have some rain by about 3 o'clock or so. But again, the better rain chances for our northwestern half, while it's kind of nil for Dalton and Blue Ridge, even now Cleveland and Athens for tomorrow. Rain amounts, the newest Vipercast shows a few hundredths of an inch of rain for many locations, and I think upwards to ½ an inch is going to be possible for Mont Eagle and for Altamont tomorrow. So download the weather app. You can also get more information on Twitter as well, WRCB Weather. So here's our planner for tomorrow. We'll have to keep an eye on some fog early in the morning. Temperatures warm up again to maybe 87, 88, so very toasty. And then Wednesday, I think, is going to be the hottest day of the week here. We're going to be flirting with 90 degrees on Wednesday. And really only 4 days left of summer.
But it has returned with a vengeance.
It sure has, no doubt.
And it looks like it's sticking around. Right. So coming up in the next half hour, I will have a preliminary look of rain chances possible for high school football this Friday.
Okay. Brittany, thank you. Still ahead here on Live at 5, the lawyer for one of the victims of the fireball accident at the Ohio State Fair has released a picture he says shows new details about why the ride broke apart. We'll fill you in next.
A photo of the fireball ride that broke apart at the Ohio State Fair is revealing new details apparently. Over the weekend, crews began the task of inspecting and dismantling the ride that killed one person and injured 7 others. The Ohio State Patrol said ride operators were not to blame. This new photo, though, allegedly shows an apparent crack. Investigators have not confirmed if this is the same ride, but an attorney for one of the victims claimed the photo was indeed taken right before the fireball ride broke in the air.
I mean, you can see it from the ground. And so I would expect that the operators who are at that ride and who are walking around the ride every time that starts and every time it stops, it'd be very, very shocking to me that that was not noticeable to them.
Investigators say no one will face criminal charges in the case.
Police say a Memphis woman threatened a school bus driver with a gun. 40-year-old Ratonia Jones is accused of running onto a school bus, slapping the driver, and pulling out a gun, all in front of several children. The police report said Jones ran onto the bus when it was making a stop, and that's when the driver pushed Jones down to get her to leave, and that led to the woman pulling out a gun. 8 children were on the bus at the time. No one was seriously hurt. Well, it's not a crime to dress your dog, but
we'll explain how this pug's tuxedo led to jail time for a woman. What?
And the other Caribbean islands that were hit by Irma are now facing a new
Channel 3 Eyewitness News live at 5:30. Coverage you can.
An Arkansas woman is accused of using government funds to buy her dog a tuxedo.
44-year-old Christy Lynn Goss is former administrative assistant to a judge there in Arkansas. She lost that job when authorities accused her of fraudulently charging $200,000 worth of things on a county credit card. Goss allegedly used the card to purchase a diamond bracelet, tickets to Arkansas Razorbacks football games, sequined throw pillows, and pet insurance. Oh, and this, an adorable tuxedo for her dog. She was arrested. She'll be sentenced in November. So apparently she was arrested and convicted, no longer accused, but she'll be going to jail. Thank you for watching Eyewitness News live at 5.
Puerto Rico and the other Caribbean islands that were hit by Irma are